horror conventions happening this week. Okay, folks, I am not familiar with this one, so we are going to be learning as we go. For this con, this is going to be in Pennsylvania. It's called the Shore Leave 45. 3 days, July 10th through the 12th. And it's going to be held at the Wyndham Lancaster Resort and Convention Center in Lancaster, PA. It is America's oldest fan-run science fiction media convention featuring celebrities, authors, artists, stargazing, and science programming. Now, the website to go to take a look at what we're looking at here is shore-leave.com. That's all spelled out. So shore, S-H-O-R-E dash leave, L-E-A-V-E.com. So this is definitely one. Let's see. We're looking at who is going to be here. Good. All right. Let me see if we can get a list. Let's see. Guests. Here we go. Celebrity guests. Science guests. Artist performers. Okay. So, wow. Shoot. So we got some people from Stargate. So you got David Hewlett is going to be there. Rachel Luttrell is going to be there. Wow. Well, heck. Oded Fair will be there. Gina Yashir. Okay. You don't want me to talk about Starfleet Academy. Just continue. Zoe Steiner will be there. Herbert Jefferson Jr. Let's see. Yeah, they canceled it too, by the way. Anne Lockhart canceled. That is a freaking shame. That would have been a person that I would have loved to meet. Because she was on the original Battlestar Galactica. Definitely a person to meet. I have not seen her at any of the cons. Or, appearing at any of the cons. Then we got Lorette Spang, also of the original Battlestar Galactica and Project UFO. Then Jack Stauffer. He's going to be a virtual guest. Alrighty. Also from Battlestar Galactica. Bionic Woman, too. Quantum Leap. Marta Kristen. I have met her before. She is from Lost in Space. I've also met Don, the guy that played Don. Years and years back. He's passed away. He was actually a nice gentleman. But very, very interesting. So she's going to be there. And Lost in Space, if you've never watched the original episodes, now, not to take away from the Lost in Space Netflix version, which was actually, I enjoyed it. The show was excellent. Done well. And different take, but very good. But Marta Kristen, that would be someone to definitely meet for sure. Now, Sean Kenny, he is of the original 60s Star Trek. Yes. He also used to be I think it was the Marlboro Man. I think it was Marlboro, or was it Winston? One of the two. I've met him. Very nice gentleman. And good to see that he's still doing the cons. I haven't seen him at any of the cons. He did one of the local ones with this. But definitely look him up. He's an interesting individual. Then we have Sandra Lee Gimple of also Star Trek. And Lost in Space. Airplane as well. Huh. Well, they really got some people here in this one. Then we've got Julie Caitlin Brown of Babylon 5. And Star Trek DS9, Deep Space Nine. And The Next Generation. Interesting. There used to be a lot of people from Babylon 5 that used to show up at the cons and that they don't really have them as guests anymore, which is kind of a shame because I got to tell you what. And I'm jumping into the sci-fi arena. Babylon 5 was a great show. It was done well. It was a very, very good show. And it was a pleasure to watch. Thank you for creating that show. I don't know who did, but just saying that in the ether. But anyway, moving on. Bonnie Gordon of the Star Trek Prodigy, The Quest, and Street Fighter as well. I think more voiceover stuff that she's done. So these are the people that are going to be there. Quite an interesting lot of people. This one's interesting. And the fact that why I say that is because you got Herbert Jefferson from Battlestar Galactica too, and T.J. Hooker. I mean, you got some people here that really are some of the, for sci-fi, some horror too. Don't forget that. That really are you don't see, especially from the original Battlestar Galactica these days, because Lauren Green, he's passed. Wow. So that's pretty cool. This is actually a cool con. If you can check out and meet these people, I would recommend it. I also noticed that on Saturday and Sunday for David Hewlett and Rachel Luttrell, they are offering 1 item signed free per attendant. How nice is that? That's definitely a lead in to get people there. That's for sure. But heck, if anyone knows these other actors and actresses, boy, again, like I said, Anne Lockhart not going, that's kind of sad. That would have been, jeez. This is not far from me. This con's not far from me at all. Wow. So this is going to be an interesting one. Activities, let's see. Fest with our guests. I don't know what that is. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see. Online sales. Let's see. Join us for an evening of the convention at the Vistas Cafe for an annual fest with our guests. So it must be like dinner or something. A buffet dining with the different guests. See, that's a cool idea. Some of them do karaoke. Now this is kind of a mingle with the different stars. Huh, I like that. That's pretty cool. Cool. Of course, they also have, Kahlua pork. Yep. Talking up my alley. Pina colada mousse. Interesting. You can check that out on the website here. Look at that. Let's see. So what are the other things that they're going to be doing? Meet the Pros party, art and show, games, charity poker tournament. So there's going to be some different things, plus some workshops, small budget films they'll be showing there as well. So this really looks like a fun one, especially with some of the guests that they have from the original Battlestar Galactica. Wow. That's impressive. This one's kind of definitely different. The website's pretty clean, and definitely one that I would say, hey, check it out. If you're in the area, this would be one to kind of go visit. And again, this is for Shore Leave 45, July 10th to the 12th in Lancaster, PA, at the Wyndham Lancaster Resort and Convention Center. Definitely check it out. And on to the next con.